Yay, yay, yay. We're live, a little bit late, just a minute. But we're here to talk about the story behind the conference and the Queenies. If you've seen any of this kind of cross-posting conversation and more conversations that have been happening around some Queenies that are attending Social Media Week Lima and also some abroad visits and meetups and things like that. But Bella is here. Bella Vasta, how are you?
I'm so super awesome. What's going on, Jessica? I'm so excited to see you tomorrow.
I know, yay. So I'm already here in Denver. I'm doing a meetup with a couple people before the Queenies are meeting up. And Bella's one of the Queenies, and we're going to talk about the story behind that and kind of how this all relates to Social Media Week Lima. And really, even more importantly, how it relates to you following kind of your intuition, that gut instinct to go live out your dreams, and how that can impact and have a ripple effect on all the other things to come in your business, your life, and your person as we evolve. Sound good? It's deep when you really get down to it.
Yeah.
So Bella, you spoke at Social Media Week Lima last year. I want to hear a little bit from your take on kind of how this evolved and what this was like for you.
Yeah. So you guys, we're going to basically tell you a whole story today, just about how like one thing happened and another thing happened, and another thing happened. And Jessica and I are sitting here thinking like, oh my gosh, like y'all need to hear how walking through a door can lead to so much more in life when you don't realize it. So Jessica, I think it was like maybe the end of May, I got an email from you, and I had applied to speak at Social Media Week Lima, probably like first quarter 2018. And quite honestly, I kind of forgot about it, right? Like I got like the rejection letter, like we've already picked our speakers. But something interesting happened where I might have not been a first choice, but you had said, you know, hey, we got a spot open. I know it's last minute, but it's in 2 weeks. Do you want to come? And I thought to myself, why not? I had no idea where Lima was, and then I realized it was Lima. And I had to look it up on the map. But then I was looking at this incredible conference and realizing that these other heavy hitters were speaking at this conference. And as a speaker myself, I was like, damn, girl, this is amazing. Like, I want to go just to meet some of the other speakers, let alone everyone else who's going to be there. And I was reading that, Jessica, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the largest conference in the South. What is
the
Midwest?
Largest social media focused conference in the Midwest. So there was no one else that was focusing on just social media and putting it on. And actually this conference all came around from me attending Social Media Marketing World and saying, oh my God, there's nothing like that in my area. I want to bring it back, right? So it was me kind of following that instinct. And we always have a theme to the conferences. So the theme last year was the human experience, trying to bring speakers that align with the theme that we feel like all business owners need to be prepared for this next year. And so last year, we typically, like, I already have like a lot of the speakers already kind of prepped before we even kind of roll out the next year. But it just so happened that one of the speakers, something happened and they couldn't attend. And it was meant to be. All these things were meant to be. Like, they needed to be where they needed to be. And then I started looking through, you know, all these people, because it's so hard to pick, you know, through speakers. But I seen yours and something stood out. And I was like, she needs to be there because she is talking exactly about the human experience. And then you came, and it was amazing. So everybody loved you.
Oh, well, and I loved everybody. It truly was. It's funny that you say like Social Media Marketing World inspired you on this, because it truly was like a mini social media marketing world. So like if you're in the Midwest and you can't necessarily get all the way to Social Media Marketing World the end of March, or that, you know, 4,000 people like overwhelm you, then this is like the perfect intimate little setting. Yeah. But it's not even that intimate because it's like 200 or 300 people or something.
But it gives them the conference bug too, right? So like some people see these conference ticket prices and they're like, oh my God, I can't spend $2,500, $1,500 or whatever on some of these events. But my goal is to get them the information, the goods that they would get at the bigger conference, but at a price that's going to give them that conference bug of realizing that I need more of this, right? I need to surround myself with this because this is good people for relationship building and good information that's really applicable to my business too.
Yeah. And talk about the human experience. I mean, you really did do that. I was blown away at the activities that you had planned for the conference attendees and the way that like we all had lunch together and how relationships really were formed. In fact, I grew a lot of friendships. Some of those people actually were on my podcast. Some of them were like become BFFs on my like on Voxer and stuff, which is kind of how this all happened. So I said yes on a whim. And I got to meet you and Mia Voss. I'm going to leave people out. And Amanda Robinson. And I mean, you and I hadn't even known each other that well at that time. But because I didn't get scared by it, and because I went, and because you created such an awesome environment for us all to get to know each other, we really, truly did get to know each other in those 48 hours. So much so that when we all connected and one of the Queenies, now Queenies, was going through a tragic breakup. And she had posted like, oh my gosh, I just wish I could go somewhere. And I said, hey, you should come to Arizona and visit me. And then the other Queenies saw it and they're like, I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. And we started a Facebook group, got an Airbnb. And next thing you know, by October, we did our first Queenies retreat. But that would never, ever have happened if I didn't meet that person at your conference. And I would never have met that person at your conference if you didn't invite me to come and I said yes. And you would never have had that conference if you weren't doing your own personal development and professional development and going to other conferences that have inspired you. So I think it's really magical what has been able to happen and create. And Jessika, why don't you tell everyone kind of like for those, maybe they missed our first Queenies retreat and what happened and what we were able to talk about. Why don't we talk a little bit about that too?
Absolutely. So what is this Queenies retreat we're talking about? So as Bella mentioned, it is the meetup, right, of a friend that needed some help. She reached out to her network of people that she just met that she felt that comfortable with. I think that's one of the big keys right there, right? Not somebody that she maybe known forever, but a person that she really had a chance to build a deep relationship with. And it started from the event. Well, that transpired and more like-minded people came together and we all wanted to rally around to show support. So when we got there, we were like, okay, being the business people that we are, we can't just like hang out and relax, even though that's, definitely needed. But we wanted to do a live stream and really our take on women speakers and being a woman in business, because all of us have business, backgrounds. We're all either running a business or working in a corporate business while running a business, a side business. And so we wanted to do a live stream just talking about the challenges that we still face as women, but also encouraging other women to say, this is what you need right here, a tribe of people that you can really reach out to, good, bad, and the everyday stuff in life, that you can really have a support system built in your own kind of cheerleaders built in as well. So do this for you too. And so showing how that can be done and hopefully inspiring others to do that. So we went live and we kind of got dubbed the Queenies. And because
again, like in our little conversations and stuff, we made a joke about tiara and we just take it and we run with it. Right. So it's like, oh, are you going to bring your tiara, Queenie? You know, and everything just kind of evolved. And it was a really amazing blessing in my life. Because when you get a lot of alpha women together, I know I wasn't the only one a little bit like hesitant or concerned, like, how is this going to happen? Are we all going to be stonewalling each other? Are we all going to be competing? Are we all going to be vying for, the microphone? Or are we all going to be, but oh my gosh, like we sat around and each shared our stories. We went out to dinner. We had people reach out to us saying, hey, we want to help sponsor this for you guys. We had Agora Pulse sponsor our first one, which was just tremendous. And it became like this sisterhood that I think a lot of us, and I think a lot of our listeners, Jessika, don't really, we feel like something's missing because as marketeers, we spend a lot of our time isolated online. I'm in a room by myself. I'm in this room. I know you have, your office. But getting those relationships to start offline and know that you can get a hug from someone or you can cry with someone. There's just certain conversations that you can't always have over this little camera right here.
Yeah, so true. Because you feel alone sometimes in business, right? Especially as a business owner. you have your team, yes, but you can't really talk to them about some of the stuff that you're feeling because you have to be the strong one and show up. And also in digital, you feel like you have to sometimes put on this front, like all is beautiful and just checked into this hotel, but you're not seeing all the crap I had to do before I got there to make this happen, right? So I think we feel alone. So it's intimidating to sometimes reach out, but what we want to talk to everyone about and inspire you hopefully to do is that go out